My name is Scott Crawford, engineer, training coordinator for Mesa Fire and Medical as well. And today, I'm going to talk to you about how we were able to change our fire department's resuscitation mindset. What I'd really like to stress is that this all started with a vision from Dr. Ben Bobrow. He's the medical director for emergency medicine for the state of Arizona, and he had a vision. And that vision was that we were going to be able to improve cardiac arrest survival rates, but we're going to have to change the way we approach cardiac resuscitation. And that change in cardiac resuscitation started with the Zoll E-Series monitor. So Dr. Bobrow and Zoll had gotten together and utilizing their technology and ability to gather data during a cardiac resuscitation call really kind of prompted this change in mindset for us. So they came to us with a proposal that if we were able to utilize their tool, the E-Series monitor, and collect data on what we were doing on cardiac resuscitations, and then evaluate that data, and then use that E-Series monitor to its fullest potential by turning on the lights, so to speak, or turning on their real-time CPR feedback and dashboard, that we were going to be able to significantly improve cardiac resuscitation survival rates. And so Dr. Bobrow and I, we put our heads together and we kind of formulated a plan on how we were going to make this happen. We decided that we needed to have a robust train-the-trainer program, that we were going to collect all this data, review it, and see exactly how we could utilize it to effectively implement the program that we were interested in implementing. And then we reviewed what that dashboard could do to us and that real-time feedback was going to be able to give us. And then finally, we decided on the pit crew method. And that's what we were going to teach to our members. So I assembled what I like to call my A-team, the best, most credible trainers that we have in the Mesa Fire Medical Department. And we got together, we held a train-the-trainer session, a full-day session, where Dr. Bobrow and I and representatives from Zoll presented the information, shared the capabilities, the full capabilities of the E-Series monitor, and talked about how we wanted to implement this program. And so with that, we put those thoughts basically into action. And we planted that seed, that by utilizing these tools and a unique training model that we really hadn't done in the past in Mesa Fire and Medical, that we were going to change the outcome of cardiac arrest survival in the city of Mesa. And we focused on three specific points: that we could minimize interruptions of that marginal forward blood flow during resuscitation efforts, we could minimize hyperventilation during resuscitation, and delay the placement of an advanced airway so that providers could focus on the quality of CPR compressions. And so we planted that seed and it began to grow. And people started taking notice that as they thought about it, yeah, you know what, this could really work. And I can tell you that we just didn't watch it grow, that we nurtured that seed that we planted, and we made sure that anytime there was a concern or a question, a weed per se, that seemed to sprout up in someone's head, that we were quick to pluck that weed and take care of it, respond to those concerns. And with that, we wound up growing something that we think is a model for resuscitation. But quite frankly, it really was about getting our members to drink the Kool-Aid, to all come on board. And so it took a lot of training. It took countless training sessions, countless hours. We utilized a 1 instructor to 4 person training model, and we did numerous drills, scenario-based drills, where we utilized the E-Series monitor, the real-time CPR feedback, and allowed them to see that if they were able to utilize that monitor effectively, that they were going to increase their quality of CPR. And so in the training sessions, we were able to do that. But yet, ideas were sprouting up that, you know, what about this, what about that? There were so many concerns in the fire service, there's a lot of skepticism. And so we just kept trimming back those thoughts of negativity and replacing them with positive self-talk that this is going to work, and here's why. We used numerous studies that Dr. Bobrow had brought to us as evidence that what we were implementing was going to be successful, and we shared those with our members. And as we did that, we kind of shaped the program into something where all of our members, even our most stubborn members, were able to follow along with. And with that, we utilize that pit crew method. And so that pit crew method is really what has shaped our program, where our members are able to come in with a defined task, immediately go to work, much like a NASCAR pit crew, but yet our members are also interchangeable so that they can take one another's place within their perspective areas so that we can accomplish our common goal, which is to improve survivability. And so we started to see success, and with that success, we started to believe that, yeah, this was an effective program, and so we cultivated that culture, that change in culture where we really believe that we can save the majority of our cardiac arrest patients. And as the fruits of our labor started to increase, not only our members, but people from outside of our agency started talking about our success. That gave us more confidence in what we were doing and that we were doing it right. And so pretty soon, we realized that we had quite a nice little product that we had put together, something that we could all believe in, and the results really bore themselves out. So now, we've just recently published a paper, The Influence of Scenario-Based Training and Real-Time Feedback on Out-of-Hospital Cardiopulmonary Resuscitation Quality and Survival from Out-of-Hospital Cardiac Arrest. It's been published in the Annals of Emergency Medicine Online. And the results of that study show that during that period where we were blinded, where we couldn't see, where we were only collecting data but not utilizing the real-time feedback and that CPR dashboard, that our survival to discharge for all rhythms was about 8.7%. But with the real-time feedback and the utilization of that dashboard and utilizing the code review software that we shared with our members, so as soon as the code was over, we were responding to them, showing them what they did right, what they could improve on. We had a positive increase of 5.2% survival to hospital discharge for all rhythms. But what's even most unique is when we talk about survival to discharge for witnessed arrest, shockable rhythms, we started out at 26.3%. And we thought we were doing pretty good there.
If you give me just a second.
But once we utilized the software to its fullest in the dashboard and the real-time CPR feedback, we were able to increase our survival to 55.6%. We had a 29.2% increase in survival with the technology and the use of that scenario-based training. And then when we just look at favorable outcome for all rhythms and a CPC score of 1 or 2, so a good neurological outcome for the patient as well, we had 6.5% is where we started. We wound up with 10.8%, and so we had a 4.2% increase. And then when we just look at those shockable rhythms, those witness arrests, we started out at 19.6% blinded. Once we unblinded and utilized the ZOLL to its full capability, we wound up with a survival rate of 45.7%. And so that's a 26.1% increase in survivability. So we're very proud of what we've been able to do with our scenario-based training model, our dedication to that training, and the ZOLL E-Series monitor. And so we actually have changed our department's resuscitation mindset by putting some very deep thought into how we could deliver the training, and then taking that training and putting it into action. And then once we put it into action, sharing those results real time with the code review software with our members so that they knew exactly what they were doing and what was working and what wasn't. And then change it into a true change in culture in our department, where now we walk into a cardiac arrest scenario where we truly believe that we have an incredible chance to have a positive outcome. And so that was our goal from the beginning. We're very thankful that that's where we got to, and we couldn't have done it without the support of ZOLL, the E-Series monitor, their real-time CPR feedback, and of course the dashboard that allows our members to monitor their quality of CPR.